Hi, everybody. We're back, and you're watching Variety Talk live in Las Vegas. I am your host, Lady Linda, and you're sitting in today as we speak about what Black Hollywood, and we have and legends. And speaking of legends, we have a very important legend with us this afternoon, Mr. David McKnight, who I don't know, just look him up, okay, and you'll find out that he's played in almost everything. And so we would be remiss without going forward. As we go into Black History, we will be speaking a lot about legends and offering information and education on many leaders, particularly the Buffalo Soldiers, which are who are actually doing some fabulous things here in Las Vegas. And McDonald's is sponsoring them right now, and they will be up everywhere, you guys. So make sure you get out there in Las Vegas and check them out. We have a couple of locations. Tomorrow, get out to the Ann Street off of the 95, okay? It's 7171 West Ann Street, and you'll get a chance to actually see a live Buffalo Soldier. You get a chance to pet the horses. They have all kind of things going on out there. So get out there to the Ann Street store, and you'll be really surprised. Also, before we close, we want to make sure again, and we'll continue to keep you guys posted on this wonderful tour that's happening with South Africa. So, for more information regarding the trip to South Africa and Dubai in July, please email info at TPT Tours. Look at the bottom of the screen. Get that information off of the crawler. And to book your space, email info at TPT Tours or call 1-800-407-2096. Okay, so make sure you do that. We have on the phone with us Bishop Corey Wilson. And for all of those of you who have not been sitting in with us on previous shows, we are, how can I say it? I don't want to say attacking, but we are working with some of the imbalances that are taking place out there in the streets of Chicago, in the cities, with the between the police and the citizens and the civilians and the violence. We are as a channel, Variety Talk Live here in Las Vegas is stepping forward and doing something about it. And we're working with Bishop Corey Wilson, who is one of the owners of Thumbs Up, an organization that is designed by himself and the president of the Texas Labor Police Union, who are doing some mighty things to begin to attack this problem as well. So, Bishop Wilson, welcome to the show.
Good evening to everyone, and Linda, I really appreciate every time you ask me on, because the more we can get the word out, the more things can begin to change. Yes, I am in Houston, Texas. I work with Ray Hunt, which is the president of the Houston Police Department's Union, and a host of other people in the city, the mayor, the chiefs. Everyone is on board, and the whole thing is we're trying to bridge the gap of this horrible disparity between the community and the police. It sounds big, but it takes work, one by one, little by little, and it takes somebody being on the inside, not being biased and looking at things in a factual manner. That's what we promote.
Absolutely.
Right and not what's wrong.
Absolutely, and we appreciate your standing by and jumping in on the show with us as often as you can to remind everyone that you're here. And I brought you in also because as we're entering this new age of presidency, this new age of protest and demonstrations, and people disagreeing on some very important topics. I think that it's time for prayer. So why not begin this new year, this new month, with just an opportunity to say some powerful spiritual words to everyone across the nation that will help us stay lifted as we go through and embark upon this new beginning.
Exactly. It's a good place because, the sad thing about it, if we try to do this without the help of God, which is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, we're going to continue to be in a pickle, as they say, as we're in. The only way through this is to get together with the Father and let Him give us guidance on how to weed our way through the spiritual war that we're in. This is more of a spiritual war than a physical one.
Amen. Amen to that. And with that being said, Bishop Corey, thank you for joining us. We have very little time left. Thank you for jumping in with us. We look forward to bringing you, both of you, on in a few weeks again and making sure that we get the word out there to everyone. We've got Dave McKnight with us here, and Dave is from Chicago. And I know you don't know much about it. It's been a long time since you've been back to Chicago. But what's your thought, what's your take on what's happening in the streets of Chicago?
You know, it's real hard for me to understand it, Linda. I think that, you know, one of the things that I want to say before we end this show, we all understand, you know, all the pressures that we have had as African-American people from slavery all throughout up until today. We understand that clearly. I think that our educators, institutions, African-American institutions are making everybody aware of that. But one of the things that I want to talk about right now is that we need to begin to focus on self-responsibility. And that's something that I think we're not focusing on enough, that we have to begin to make sure that we are doing the things that we need to do to keep ourselves out of trouble, to make sure that we develop work for ourselves, to make sure that we developed a good camaraderie with each other, that we love each other, that we support each other, that we respect each other in a loving, supporting way relative to self-responsibility now. We have to begin to move in that direction because the onslaught of the pressures coming from outside that, you know, influence us is tremendous.
Absolutely. And with that being said, that's it, everybody. We are just about out of time. Bishop Corey, thank you for probably interrupting your dinner in Atlanta for jumping on. In Texas for joining with us. Everybody, the Buffalo Soldiers, this month, McDonald's. Get out there, check them out, and we will see you next week. All right, you're watching Variety Talk live in Las Vegas. Dave McKnight, thank you so much. Appreciate you so much. And everybody, check them out. What's the name of it again? A Husband for Christmas?
Husband for Christmas
with Vivica A. Fox. We'll see you next week.